Oh, wait. Hang on. Hello, hello. How about now? How about now? Is it going now? It looks like it's going now.
Okay, they have it.
Okay. What the fuck, man?
All right.
We didn't say anything like excited other than me just going, what the fuck? What the fuck? Over and over.
Do you want to restart?
No.
Because we have all that dead time. You can edit
Yeah,
it
but
out,
I can
right?
trim it later. It's like that's
okay.
not a big deal. I usually trim out the.
What was it? We couldn't see. All the settings look normal. We didn't change anything.
I know. I don't know.
What was it? What did you?
It was this up here. Device had gone to default for whatever reason.
Doesn't make any sense.
Who knows?
Fucking poltergeist, bro.
This fucking shit's haunted. I'm telling you.
Fucking yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
This shit's haunted.
It is.
Yeah, it's kind of like my ass is haunted.
That's belladonna.
Yeah.
I remember going to...
That green looks funny.
No, it doesn't.
It does on mine. Okay.
You look funny.
No, you look funny. The green look funny.
You look funny.
Jenny, you're rocking a green wig. Yeah. She's got that Kool-Aid haircut.
Yeah, see? It's
yeah.
cool. I'm trying out some different
Let me
colors,
see,
man.
Yeah, what I was saying is I was running late because in the dark room I was exposing
yourself.
No, I was exposing myself. No, I was exposing those two screens to do the new shirts. Okay. And they washed out for some reason. When I went to go spray it, it's a photoactive, and when I went to go spray it out after setting them, I don't know, maybe it didn't dry long enough.
Yeah, I mean, that shit's got to dry a long time, and then you have to expose it way longer than
the other stuff,
too.
Because it's a new agent that I'm using.
I mean, it's the same stuff that I bought before, but I don't know if it's
blue.
Been...
It's blue
I know,
now.
but I'm just saying that you know how in Amazon, when you order something and then you can go buy it again?
Mm-hmm.
I went to buy it again, so it was like the same brand and everything. I just bought a bigger size. I bought a quart instead of a pint.
It seems to take longer to to develop. We'll see.
Yeah, because I think the instructions even say... Well, the instructions said like 45 minutes, and you need to do it like twice that long.
Yeah, because I put it in there for an hour, and it still washed out.
Well, and because
Parts of it did, not all of it.
We did one yesterday, and you exposed that one for like 80 minutes.
Yeah.
And that came out okay.
Yeah, you got to way overexpose it.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, maybe because our light's not that bright.
I only have one ready for production, and it's a new Pliskin. It's big.
Yeah.
The image is big. It looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's the same as the other one. It's just like much larger.
It's just much larger. And it's good. My regular one is good for medium-sized shirts and maybe like larges, but this one will be good for even like extra large.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll look good on a medium-sized shirt too.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's it'll just be like a bigger design. Mm-hmm. Well, we were trying to do a couple of the other ones, and I guess we'll just have to do them again later or tomorrow. Tila said, what happened? Honestly, I don't know. Like in my OBS thing, the device changed from its regular device to default, or said that the microphone wasn't hooked up, even though it was. So, I don't know. So I just went up there and...
It doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I've given up expecting anything on this fucking shit to make sense on this laptop, because nothing does.
The settings change without you changing anything.
Yeah, it's the weirdest fucking thing ever.
Even the volume level.
And sometimes I've had it happen where, because you know how you go in the settings and sound and whatever, and you can like set the volume for whatever for the microphone. So I go in there, I have it set at 50. So like I have gain 50 on this one, and I have 50 on the computer, and that's supposed to be good. That's like, that sounds good. But every now and then I'll have it. Now I'm paranoid. So it's like I keep it open. I've had it happen where it was like 50 and I was like, okay, it's fine. 50, okay, it's fine. 50, okay, it's fine. And then I open it again and it was 100.
Yeah.
And I swear to God, I didn't fucking touch it. It just does it. And I didn't restart. I didn't do anything. It's
got PMS. It does.
That's a pretty lame haunting, though, if that's like all they do is fucking just piss me off by turning my microphone off.
Yeah.
But I guess it's working, because it does piss me off a lot. You know what I mean? I guess.
Let's see who's here.
Everybody's
in here. Boy, they were talking for a long time.
Yeah, I know. Well, because I was just sitting here going, what the fuck? I'll trim all that out, because it's like, you know what I mean? I usually do that anyway, because I usually trim out the the beginning where it says starting soon, so I can just trim out up to the fact that we didn't, and it'll be easy to see because if you go in the YouTube editor, you can see where the starts, the sound, you know what I mean? So I can just trim it off up to then.
Most of it is them just talking about
Sandra, who runs in a tube top. That's her new name today.
Yeah. Sandra, German slut in a tube top. They didn't have it.
Like,
I'd like to see Sandra just so I can just start rocking a tube top in Germany in this day and age. Tube top and bell bottoms, high waisted bell bottoms. Like
you could probably get away with. You could wear that.
They got to be like high waisted, poorly fitting corduroy bell bottoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she said, man, I saw the picture of your Chantel food because remember I posted it on Instagram. Yeah. I've never seen such huge servings. Yeah, it was. Well, because they said to me, I was like, yeah, I want the shrimp and
South, man.
I wanted the shrimp and grits, right? So they brought me the plate and she's like, oh, you can get a thing. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like it's shrimp and grits, but then it has like some fried cat. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. No need for me too. That is awesome.
Damn.
Had a rough last few days and was bummed when life kept me away. Glad to be back. And despite bad folks interrupting things, life took a turn for the good, and I want to support something that brings me joy. Thank you so much. That is so awesome.
That right there, man. That's I like how it's $49.99 to make $50 seem smaller. Yeah. So.
Well, that's what they do. That's like sales 101. That's always kind of like $49.99. It sounds like way cheaper than $50.
Yeah, I know it's 50.
Even though it's I always like round up, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because I usually do that anyway because like I said, it's like the sales tax. But yeah, she was so I got shrimp and grits and she's like, oh, well, we have another version of that where it's shrimp and grits, but it also has like fried catfish, or I think you get fried tilapia with it too. And I was like, yeah, give me the fried catfish with that. Like I thought it was just going to be like a little, like a bowl, like a grits bowl, you know what I mean? Like that. It comes out as this plate and it's like this big and it's like all of this grits. It's like a pile of you can fried catfish and like a pile of shrimp and a pile of sauteed peppers and onions. And I was like, oh my God. I couldn't eat all of it. Tom had to eat some of it.
Yeah. Chantel was cool.
She was actually.
Very cool. Fucking, she took me out back, showed me her bike. She's got 3 or 4 Harley Davidsons, full dressers. And she's a big country, big fine black chick, who likes fucking motorcycles. And she was fucking funny. She could cook too.
Hell yeah,
and we were talking about the menu. I was impressed. She knew how to cook that catfish right. Wasn't overcooked. Same thing with shrimp. Wasn't overcooked. Cooked just right. Grits good. Cheesed up properly. Proper seasoning. Just Southern girl. She knows how to do it.
And it's interesting. Like we had heard of her obviously because it's her restaurant. But we had never met her before because we always go there like in the middle of the night after mannequins.
She works in the day.
Yeah, so we're always there at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So this was actually the first time we'd been in the daytime and that we'd seen her.
I'll get her on Instagram. I'll post it up so you guys can see her.
Yeah, she was cool as shit. She sat out there and talked to us.
Sat down there and talked with us. Sat at the table, talked. We were the only people inside. She had some customers up front, but outside. But inside, we were doing inside dining.
Yeah.
But, the only complaint I had is that they gave me a to-go Nana pudding instead of one with plate presentation. I complained about it. She goes, you got what? And they gave you the to-go one? I said, yeah. And she called that waitress in there and says, don't be hard on her. She's not going to be hard on her. She gave her the wrong one. Because she had a nice parfait glass and, to put it in. And she goes, had I known, I'd have given you the good stuff. She's just give you a lot more cookies.
Yeah,
because those Nilla wafers.
Yeah, I don't like Nana pudding. I don't like Nana anything.
I can't go down there too often. She'll try to get me fat.
Yeah,
she's
and
one of those.
You would definitely
keep trying to feed you.
Get fat. Yeah. I mean, one night we were there and we were drunk and I just had like a little bit of fish and chips, and we were there with Will, right? Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, you guys should get dessert," and I think he bought us a red velvet cake.
Yeah, it was good.
And it was really good, but they give you a big hunk. So we had to split it.
The cakes aren't made there though.
Yeah.
She's ordering those out. They're local production, but she's not. So I wanted to see what she was making, and she said she made that nata pudding. So she got it right. She changed something though. She put cinnamon in it. I've never had that. It was good, real good.
I'm pretty sure my grandma used to put cinnamon in hers.
My grandmother, she made it the very plain, basic way. It didn't have any seasoning in it. No extra spice. It was just the bananas, the vanilla wafers, and the banana pudding and whipped cream. That was it.
Michael E. said, is that the name of the place?
Chantel's,
yeah, it's Chantel's. It's Shantells, and it's called Chantel's Just Until.
Yeah, Just Until. And
it's like soul food.
Sanford.
Yeah, downtown Sanford.
Downtown Sanford.
Which, like I said, is very small, but it's got like some cool restaurants. Like I said, there's a ton of German ones.
The catfish was good. It was locally caught. She hires a guy. A guy comes with her and sells it to her. He catches it, evidently. That's what she said.
Yeah, she said he catches the fish in Lake Monroe, which is like right around here, and then sells them to her. Yeah. So it's all local fish. Yep. Which is kind of cool because the catfish is really good. I haven't tried the tilapia, but you know what I mean. Like I said, we always go in the middle of the night when we're kind of drunk. So
I had the
when they're doing karaoke.
I had
in the morning.
I had the chicken and waffles, which is really good. You pour the syrup over the fried chicken and everything. It drips down on top of the waffle. It's real good. It works out well. But after her plate came, I was kind of like, oh man, I should have got that.
It was so good. Man, but I'm glad you got something else because it's like I really wanted to eat all that, but I was like, there's no way. As soon as it brought out, and I hadn't eaten anything that day, but as soon as it came out, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to eat all that. Yeah, Michael Lee says, I'm flying to Orlando tomorrow. I need somewhere to check out. Yeah, Sanford is about, like, downtown Sanford is probably, 18, 19 miles from downtown Orlando. So, I don't know if you're flying into, Orlando International Airport or if you're flying into Sanford Orlando International Airport.
If you ever want to come to this area, you want to fly into Sanford Airport. That's where presidents come in and everything. It's a fully equipped airport.
But it's small.
Very small. Real nice. It's never busy. So when you land, you just walk out.
It's much easier to navigate. Much easier.
And there's no traffic.
The Orlando airport is kind of a clusterfuck. Well, I know that any large, and honestly, I've been to the Atlanta airport, which is a massive clusterfuck. I've been to the Denver airport, also a massive clusterfuck. JFK, I've been there. Gatwick in the UK. So, the Orlando one is only 3 or 4, what do you call them? What do you call those things at airports? Terminals, thank you. I couldn't, for whatever reason, I couldn't think of the word. So it's I think they only just built a third one, but I don't know why. It's like the traffic around there, like the way they have the roads laid out around there just gives me fucking hives. I fucking hate having to go to that fucking airport. Terrible. And I hate it.
You see, we live on the border of Sanford and Heathrow. This used to be kind of country and rich houses. Now it's upper middle class area. The housing complex is all new. It was built during the time we were here. Half of this shit. Even put a damn traffic light out our back gate. That's bothered me. When they got traffic lights around your fucking house, man, you know the shit's. And then a couple blocks away, there's a damn new freeway on-ramp, off-ramp right over there.
I can't believe they put that shit
I feel like I'm downtown.
It's not done yet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure all the people that own those houses, right under where they put that are probably fuck me. Because they probably paid $400,000, $500,000 for those houses. And now it's going to be all freeway noise.
Anyway, up this road right here at the corner, you go up and it's a street called Markham Woods Road. And it's nothing but just mansions.
And horse farms. Like big acreage. And there's some golf courses and shit like that.
Got all the basketball players that live on one street over here. And they're fucking McMansions. They're nice houses. The guy who owns Ace Hardware lives right over here. And he's got a fucking huge compound. So they built. And then there's a couple really nice, even bigger developments. Maybe about a mile up the road here. You know where the intersection is? Yeah. I forgot what the name of that fucking intersection is. Anyway, 427? No. I don't know the names of these roads. I just drive them by. Anyway.
I know. I'm like, hey, drive up to 46. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
She grew up here.
I'm like, that's the road with the Ace Hardware and the Publix and shit on it. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, they built that airport because of this neighborhood over here. Because some of these people fucking... Okay, like when Orange Man was in town, he flew in there and he stayed up here in his one of these houses over here. I ain't gonna give him away. I know who it was. I know where he was living. His whole fucking motorcade and shit. It's nice over here, and it's all like brand new. And the thing is, it's kind of low key. It's nowhere near as flashy as, say, like Miami. They got some neighborhoods in Miami that would blow your fucking mind. They got streets, and they got water ducts, so you can drive up to your house in your car or your boat. That's fucking blowing my mind, man. Snoop Dogg's got one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that movie. Evidently, that was his neighborhood.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking. Yeah.
That movie that we saw. Snoop Dogg
was that the one that we saw in the theater?
Yeah, saw in the theater.
Yeah.
That evidently was his neighborhood.
The Beach Bum.
Beach Bum or something like that.
Right? Wasn't Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah. Something.
Harmony Korine movie. That was a weird ass movie. Mm-hmm. It was pretty good though. But I just kind of feel like, I don't know. I don't like being too far out in the country because I don't know. It takes
too long to get to the club.
It takes too long to get to places. I don't want to have to drive fucking 10 miles to go to a fucking grocery store or something like that. It's a pain in the ass.
When you're old, man, you don't go anywhere, maybe it might be worth it, but
that's what I mean. It's just like, I don't know. Like I said, my mom and my stepdad like kind of live out in the middle of nowhere. Like it's not nowhere. Like up around there's other houses around, and there's like a convenience store up on the corner, and there's a Walmart like 4 or 5 miles away, something like that. So it's not like they're out in the middle of the fucking Australian outback or anything. But I don't know. I don't like it. It creeps me out. I watch too many horror movies, and it's just kind of like, well, if somebody decided they were going to fucking, do a home invasion or something like that, it's like really not a lot you could do about it. I mean,
he was looking at Chantel's menu online. Yeah, it's good. They got cobbler. I asked her.
Yeah.
And she makes it. I didn't know. I should have asked her if it was the kind with the self-rising flour. My grandmother used to make the recipe with the self-rising flour, which that's the cheaper, easier way to do it. But that's the more southern way of doing it, by using the cheap and easy shit. And it gives you this damn chewy kind of bread. It's chewy and crispy because of all the sugar that's fucking baked in on top. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it starts off on the bottom, but then when it starts to rise, it rises up through the peaches and ends up being on the top.
It's like magic.
It's like magic. Yeah. And then you take it out of there with a spatula, put whipped cream on it. Or if you really want to get white trash, you put Cool Whip on it instead of whipped cream. Cool Whip. That's going 70s, man.
I mean...
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip's kind of good, though.
Yeah. It's not whipped cream, but it is good.
But it's its own thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like the equivalent of... You know how there's Miracle Whip? But it's sort of like not mayo?
Yeah.
But kind of?
Right.
Although I don't really like Miracle Whip.
They're near.
It has like a weird tangy kind of taste that I'm not into. I was reading an article the other day that apparently, since we're talking about food, that apparently a lot of people have an aversion to white condiments, like goopy condiments, like mayo, ranch dressing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Apparently that's a pretty common food aversion. I just wondered about that. I'm not a huge fan of, not a huge fan of ranch dressing, although it's all right.
Sandra said she made cobbler today, an American recipe, used apple cobbler. Yeah, you can use it. Another one that's good is blackberry. You get the blackberry pie filling and put that in your cobbler. Yeah, blackberry cobbler. It's real good.
Put that in your cobbler.
Put that in your cobbler.
And smoke
Same thing.
Yeah, Michael E. says Orlando's airport is away. LAX is less crazy, even though it's so much bigger. Yeah, I don't really know. I think what might have happened with the Orlando airport, which is kind of a microcosm of what happened with the whole Orlando area, is that there wasn't much in Orlando until Disney World got built. You know what I mean? The park. And then they started expanding with all the resorts and shit. And I don't think they were really prepared for how many people, how many tourists would come here, and also how many people would end up moving here. And so it seems like we're constantly having to play catch up because, the roads aren't big enough. And it's like, you know what I mean? They're constantly having to like widen I-4. They're always working on I-4 because it's just that,
Orlando's expanding so much that
it's like so many people.
Done, with it, it's time to expand.
It's already like backed up again, and they have to like
up.
make it bigger. It's better now than it was, but it's like when I used to commute every day, man, that was a fucking nightmare. It's like it took like an hour and a half to get anywhere.
Sandra saw the photographs of that Chantel's meal that you bought.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah,
earlier.
she thought that was just a rumor that Americans had huge.
Oh no, it's not.
Fucking servings. No. Okay, it depends on where you're going. If you're somewhere in New York or Boston and you go to these little foo-foo nouveau cuisine or health type places, it's going to be expensive and very small. You're not going to get anything. But that's not going to be the situation if you go to a mom and pop restaurant, especially if it's Southern. No.
Or a
Southern
chain restaurant.
Or
a chain restaurant.
Yeah, like TGIY Fridays, they're going to overfeed you. Because let's just talk about a chain restaurant. Some of those big chain restaurants, that food costs them pennies. Especially shit like French fries and sides. It doesn't cost them anything. So to give you a big portion does not cost them any more, really. Same price. But what it does for you is that you think that you've gotten more for your money, which will encourage you to come back. So they're just, what's wrong?
Oh, my shit crashed. I was just making sure that yours was
this
still
shit
going.
right here is acting funny already. So